Hi, my name is Ari, and I'm a team leader for Attentive. I'm here with Laurel, who's a youth ambassador, and our coach, Montel. And today we're going to learn Endgame. So, Montel?
Okay, what we're going to do now is go right into the game. I'm going to share the screen in 1 second. Okay, green should be coming up now.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, so now you're getting to the end game. So when you've got the end game, it's flat to move. So what you should consider is all the tricks and traps that you can use to get another advantage on your king. The thing that you've been doing well is you kept a lot of pressure upon your opponent's king. You've had a number of pieces attacking the knight, but you don't always need to attack the knight, do you? Okay, you can keep the pressure on there, and you can think about calling check. Now let's think about where the king, the queen can move. If the queen moves here, it'll be taken by the knight, so you can't move there. If you go here, what would happen? You call check, and your opponent's got two choices: either moving that up, moving that down, or moving there. So you've really got three choices. Okay? So whether that does anything, don't really know. You can take the pawn. Okay. You can think about bringing that into the game. And then if you brought that into the game, if you took the pawn, move that down, and then try to get a rook into the game, then you can put more pressure upon that. Because that cannot stand an attack against another rook and your queen. That's just some things to think about.
Okay. Laurel, what was... Oh, it's my move. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
move.
I moved the pawn, the A pawn.
Okay. I'm thinking about actually... I'm considering taking the knight on f3 with my bishop, but I'm not sure that's
If
a
you're
good
going
idea.
to take it, you should take with your knight.
Yeah, but then
Because
that
what will
leaves it
happen is
open.
your knight take, probably pawn take.
But
And
if
your
I
bishop
move,
take, and then probably their bishop take.
but if I move my knight from there, that's checkmate. Oh no, it's not. It's just check. But yeah.
Well, you can't move into check. Yeah, you're right. Because the knight's the only thing protecting the king from my G bishop.
Okay, I'm gonna move B8 to A8, please.
B8 to A8.
Okay.
To allow you to do that.
Maybe since you're gonna do it, I should do it first.
Oh.
And then it would open up my bishop, but then you've got one to choose, either the bishop or the knight. I mean, you'd probably take the bishop, or would you? I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna. Oh.
Is that going to be
I'm
with
gonna
your
move
knight or with your bishop?
the knight to E5.
Okay. I'm gonna take it with E8 to E5, please.
But then you lose your rook for a knight.
No, because he's gonna, well, he might take it with the bishop, and then I can take it with the knight. But actually, yeah, you're right. No.
No choice, right? You can either take with the knight, and then it stops attacking your queen.
I'm gonna take it with the knight.
And then if the bishop takes, then the pawn takes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it with the knight.
Okay. Can I do? Because if I do that, then you'd open up the Oh no, but you don't care rook for rook. That's I shouldn't do that. Maybe. I mean, I could use my D bishop and take your H bishop.
Yeah.
And that's also pinning your other rook. So yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. can I move? Can I move my queen to take his bishop?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing stopping me there.
Yeah, you're right. There is nothing stopping you there. Can I? I mean, if I went for the rook, if I went for the if I moved my rook forwards to take the pawn, then you could take back with your rook, but then I could take. But then even if I did that, I've got one bishop up there. It's not going to do much. And you would definitely be able to get me into check before I mean, you could get me into check on one move, so. But your rooks, I mean, you've got 2 rooks, you've got no bishops, and you've got a knight. So I do kind of, like, the only way I can stay alive in any way, if it's possible, is if I take out your pieces. But then piece for piece, oh no, this is just stress.
If you're going to do it piece for piece exchange, you should do it at the middle game, not the end game.
Yeah, but
at the opening, you can sacrifice like pawns or even a knight, okay, or a bishop, if you're attacking the F square, the F7 square. But apart from that, only ever do an exchange if you would end up better, or you have to.
I don't see any other options right now.
Because what black can do, get a rook, either one, even if you take one, followed by the other one, onto the D file, bring it down here, and nothing can defend a double attack.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to keep that here, okay? You can't defend that square if the rook is there. You either have to resign or be checkmate.
I think it's going to get to that anyways, no matter what I do, to be honest. I don't see any options.
What that bishop was doing is the knight couldn't come down here because he got all 3 pieces defending that square.
Yeah.
The knight can come to here. The queen can come here and call check and force out your king. But it's not going to be checkmate if it's there. Wait a minute. Queen. Oh, actually, that is checkmate. So if you take,
then you
don't even need to take back. You just need to go here, and then you checkmate next move.
Yeah.
Because then Laurel won't be able to stop that. If you leave that file, knight comes to here because you can't escape out of it because of the knight, and then the queen will then move to here.
And I can't take.
No.
Well, all right. So maybe let's just move the A pawn. If I move the A pawn there, then it'll give you something else to do, maybe for a second.
Okay. Well, can I move? Can I move E8 to D8, please?
I mean, can I just move the A pawn to B? To B7.
And then you have to take back here. And then if you'll move again.
Can I now? I mean, I could just I could put you into check again, but that's not.
Yeah,
really...
but then the king will run behind here.
Yeah, and then there's nothing I can do from there. And then it's just prolonging the inevitable. But
do you want to do that?
Let's do it. Let's prolong the inevitable.
Yeah. And then you move here. And then it's white to move. Can if you want, move here and threaten that square.
True.
And then hope that the king might waste a move rather than bring that down here. Or because if black brought down the rook onto the d file, you can take that pawn called check, but then they can just run out of the way.
Yeah.
And then you can't do nothing else.
Yeah.
So black can afford to sacrifice that pawn.
It can indeed. If I move my bishop to G, then you could take with either your queen or your rook. Or your knight, sorry. If I move, I want to keep. As soon as I move that bishop,
Bishop has only got one square it can move to, nice here. Every other square will get taken.
Yeah, but
Here, 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 and here, and here.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the rook to A1. Let's just do it. I need to stop thinking too hard at this point because anything I do, it's the same outcome.
I'm gonna move my rook down. So yeah.
Okay. Now I am kind of screwed. If I move my king to no. I was gonna say if I move my king to F, but then
it won't make a difference where you move your king. If you move your king to F, checkmate.
Yeah.
Move it to H, checkmate.
All right, let's just move the rook. Let's put you into check. Just yeah.
Okay.
Where would you like to move, Sally?
To D6, please.
And can I?
If you were playing against a computer,
Yeah.
a computer will take this.
Would it?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll do that.
Because
then.
there's nothing else you can do to defend that.
Yeah. Let's do that then. Let's take that pawn. Get some pity points.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna move G3 to G2.
And say what?
Checkmate.
Well done. Now, how did you find that game, Harry? It's quite long, but I thought it's useful taking you through it all because I wanted you to experience both middle game and then an end game, right up to checkmate. So what's your view? How did you find it?
I mean, this is only my third proper game, and I think this game has been so much more engaging and challenging. And I mean, Laurel has made so many unexpected moves that just kind of absolutely threw away so many plans that I made of how I was going to move and everything. And getting the experience of both middle and game, just kind of going for the entire thing, I can kind of see the bigger picture, if that makes sense. Because before it was all about techniques in the beginning and kind of only the middle game, or we wouldn't necessarily get to the end of the game. But having guidance throughout the entire thing kind of made me realize how the game plays out throughout the different stages.
Good, excellent. Laurel, how do you find it?
I think Ari is a very good opponent, especially for someone who's just started. I said this to you when we was in between the recordings, and she's caught on so fast. It's ridiculous. She thinks quicker than I do. And she just comes out with things, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you could do that.
I think Ari's probably the fastest learner that I've ever taught.
100%. The fastest learner I've seen you teach as well. Definitely.
Yeah,
she's so fast.
Yeah, so, and again, referring this to life skills. In life, you've got a rough plan. You know what you want to do. You know where you want to get to. You want to get to checkmate. What happens along the way? Things get in your way, don't they? And then you have to have another plan. You have to try something different. You have to rethink, okay? Just like in life. If you only had one plan in life, you're not going to get very far, are you?
No.
You have to be resilient. You have to persevere and be determined. usually if you start off well, even if you do some little errors or you don't see everything, as long as you start off well and you keep on track, you can keep on going.
Mm.
And if you noticed in this game, you kept on the front foot all the way through. One of the things that you caught on very quickly and very well, one of the things that you caught on very well is you learned how to carry out those key instructions which I gave at the very beginning, and that is to bring out your bishops and your knights and attack. And then throughout the whole game, you put your opponent under pressure, so your opponent wasn't able to threaten you at all. Okay, so compared to your second game, and even though it was only your second game, what you did in your second game was you attacked well, but then you retreated.
Yeah.
When you retreated, you allowed your opponent to attack you.
And then once they attack, it's very hard to kind of go back into the attacking game.
Yes, exactly. Because as you showed Laurel in this game, he wanted to attack you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Laurel, you wanted to attack, didn't you?
There was so many plans. I was like, yeah, just do one thing and then I can go forward. But you never did it. It was just I was just stuck. I couldn't move any of my pieces.
What you could do is you could keep on top of the game. And if you notice, again, referring to life, and you'll get this a lot in life, and you can understand the way I work with people because you hear me talk all the time. You have to have backup plans in case something doesn't work out. Okay? In case you've got a plan that you need to use your 2 bishops, but then you've lost the bishop, or you've lost the rook. But throughout most of the game, you didn't even need to use your rooks, did you, Harry? You
No.
didn't even use your rook.
No,
Her
I
rook
only
just come
moved
out
them.
right at the end, and
Yeah.
So right at the very end.
yeah, he was just chilling back there, both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And later on, what I'll do is I'll teach you more about what you can do in middle games and end games. We'll go straight into that for the next time we play. I'll just show you forks and pins. You did a few in this game. I'll just show you from what I call a standard start, and it will be what are the next 2 or 3 moves for checkmate. So I'll go through a few to teach you that every time you're playing chess, you must be thinking ahead. Because if you notice, when I was giving you a bit of advice, I said, if you go here, then what will your opponent do and what can you do next?
Yeah.
Okay? Because most people in chess lose, number 1, because they don't think, or number 2, because they're only thinking 1 move ahead.
Yeah.
In life, if you don't think, you lose. If you're only thinking about your next move, you're not going to go very far, are you?
Nope.
Because you're going to come across an issue, and especially if you're doing something competitive and you've got an opponent, you allow your opponent to take the initiative. And I was saying, which is the great thing about having you guys play outside in tournaments, it allows you guys to put some of what we're saying into practice. Because now you know you've got some opponents now, okay? You know who your opponents are, and then just let Laurel know when you've agreed to play that person, and then who won the game. Obviously, the Monday and Friday games don't count, but when you've got your person who you're playing, okay, then whoever wins gets 3 points. If you draw, you get 1 point.
Okay.
Any questions, Ali?
No.
Lauren?
No, I've got a spreadsheet ready as well for when all the scores come in. So
Excellent. Okay, so well done, you guys. And Ali, I'll talk to you in about half an hour. And I'll speak to you both tomorrow.
see you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Thank you,
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.